Warning, this episode contains adult language, mature situations, a giant tournament arc, isekai protagonists, tons of spectator commentary, and overuse of montage sequences, and the latest manga releases. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Listener discretion is advised. Episode 478, the Exo-Drive Reincarnation Games, All Japan Isekai Battle Tournament. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, some podcasts and vain reviews about connectly enhanced narratives. I'm your host Zan, saying konnichiwa, aloha, buongiorno, and what's up? Hope all of you are doing well out there in internet land. Hope you're excited for another fun-filled episode of this wonderful podcast. Now, before we go any further and before I do my basic introduction, first off, I would like to take a moment to be serious and send my condolences out to the people of Japan for the loss of former Prime Minister Abe. It was kind of shocking to hear that happen. That's why we did not release an episode on last Friday, because it felt kind of inappropriate to release something when that happened. That was kind of a shocking and disturbing situation that the guy just walked up and shot him. It just... Well, you can read about this, and maybe I'll do an episode about this, but it's a sad situation, and our condolences go out to his family and loved ones. And while he was not the perfect angel that many people believe he was, it's not a good way to pass away when someone just walks up to you and shoots you. So, yeah, no one should go out that way. Anyway, enough of that. Let's actually start off fresh and correct. And if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Spiraken, or some podcasts and vain reviews about connectly enhanced narratives, is a nerdy podcast where every episode we talk about various geeky topics depending on the show you're listening to. Since it's the manga review, I'm obviously talking about manga. I tell you the art style is, the overarching plot, the characters, the production quality, the design, and most importantly, if it's worth investing your time in or not. You don't have to agree with anything that I or my co-hosts say, but we try to be educational, enlightening, exciting, and most importantly, entertaining. You can check out any of our earlier episodes at www.spiraken.com. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, Stitcher, and various other social media sites. Just type in SPIRAKEN in the search bar, and I guarantee you'll find us one way or the other. If you enjoy what you hear, remember to like, share, subscribe. You can also leave us a rating and a recommendation on iTunes. We'll also take tons of commentary on there as well, so if there's something you like, something you don't like, leave it on there, or you can email me personally at Zan, that's XAN, at Spiraken.com, or tweet me at Spiraken. And finally, if you do like what you hear and you want to hear more of it or you enjoy it, you can support our Patreon and help us create more fun content for you to enjoy. Now that all that information dump is out of the way, let's actually get to this, because we got a manga to review, and we're going to get to it right now, because if you remember from that last episode, I spun that one, that only, the Wheel of Manga. And it dictated unto me that I'd be reviewing a manga that was written by Keiso and drawn by Zunta. Now, this is an adaptation of a light novel series that was written by Keiso, and this adaptation was actually released by Mag Garden, who released it in the Mag Comic magazine. And this is a seinen series that is technically a action, comedy, fantasy, isekai, science fiction series that started in 2020 and is still coming out. There are 3 volumes of this manga right now, and it is commonly known as Chosekai Tensei Exo-Drive Kito Isekai Zen Nihon Kaihen, or the Exo-Drive Reincarnation Games, All Japan Isekai Battle Tournament. So, this is a very peculiar and strange concept. It's about a world where everyone knows about isekai. They understand that there are tons of multiple dimensions with tons of people having issues. So, while on the one hand they could not save everybody, several of them have gotten together and created devices that allows people to go to various isekai worlds to save the day, and then they are able to return safely. These devices are known as drive linkers. Now, a drive linker you put on your wrist and you're able to go to a world, save the day, come back, and it records the data of what you've done. It also allows people to view you while you live your isekai life in an extremely expedited way. So while you live in an isekai world for a lifetime, it's just essentially a very long montage sequence. And to help you out further, you're able to keep your skills in these devices called C-Memory. Now, C-Memory lets you have 1 cheat skill or 2 cheat skills, And so, on the one hand, this is a very good way to save the rest of the universe from all this evil peril, right? Unfortunately, that's not what happened. What happened was that all of the insane spectators and all of the crazy people who've heard about this have come together to create an insane sport. That is essentially isekai watching. How it works is 100 million people got together to create these devices and market it as a whole tournament sport. You have two individuals who are sent to the same world, and based on the points you get from watching and from various objects, that's the winner of the competition. So they're taking the threats of real worlds and just saying, you know what, we don't care about these threats. We're just going to focus on the spectator of our heroes saving the day. Who is going to be your champion? Champion A or Champion B? And helping them are the C memories. You can only have 4 C memories at a time. They're going to have 3 that are public and 1 that's hidden to make it interesting. And that's all it is. It is a giant fucking game. It's just, these people are going to go in the isekai world, and we're going to watch a montage sequence of the whole isekai series, and then they're going to pop back and say, we tried our best. I did good, you failed. Ha 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 ha. This is fucking insane. If anyone asks, has isekai gone too far? Yes, isekai has gone too far. The genre has dipped too far. We have jumped the shark, ladies and gentlemen. The series is just, what the fuck? So, our main characters in this volume, because we're following multiple characters, are Sumioka Shita and Tsurugi Tetsuya. So they're each 2 different isekai battlers with 2 completely different styles. Shimaoka is one of the reigning champions. He's considered the prince of the Exo-Drive games. He is very charismatic, and he's collected things over time. He's more of an intelligent thinker, and he plots and plans. Meanwhile, Tsurugi Tetsuya is the high spirit member. He uses his guts to solve things, and he just goes very fast. He is a former athlete who hurt himself, and now he goes to isekai worlds to be nice to individuals and just to get tons of points. And they have 2 completely play styles, and this first volume follows their match. And unlike most isekais where you see the whole story, you're just seeing bits and pieces of, here's when this happens, here's when that happens. And this is interspliced and bookended by a couple of commentators who are watching this situation. First off, you have Hirohara Saki, who is Tsurugi's childhood friend, and also a newbie who has no interest in Exo-Drive, so obviously she's our point of view character. Then we have Oda Rudo, who was beaten the first round by Tetsuya. And then they're joined by Kurokita Rei, who is someone who got beat by Shito in the second round. So all these people are able to give commentary and opinions on what is going on to explain it to us, the readers, on how this insane game is working. And I'll be honest right now, this is like having someone watch a TV show, then they explain it to you, and then you're watching someone else explaining their review of what's going on. Or an easier way, it's like if someone listened to my podcast, distilled it down, and then reviewed my podcast and told you about this manga through that review. It's 4 degrees of separation. And on the one hand, this could be very innovative, very new, very unique, but it just seems redundant. It seems, why does this even exist? Because when you first hear about it, it's like, this seems like a really cool isekai series. And then, no, the Exo-Drive stuff I have no interest in. It's just like watching a tournament arc of any series, but you're not watching the tournament. You're focusing on the commentators as they talk. And they're not even the main characters. Apparently in the original light novel, it's a completely different character, so I don't know if this is a side character or what. This series should not exist. It really shouldn't. The thing is, I enjoy isekai. I really do. I find them to be innovative and unique when they're done right. They are overused, but that's the point. Right now, this is the period of isekai, so it's going to be overused. However, this is if you want to show why you shouldn't make any more isekais, this is the one for it. There is not a lot of redeeming factors to the story itself. Now, the character design, since this is an adaptation of a light novel, this is an adaptation of drawings by another person, it's done... it's okay. It's not great. Zunta, I've never seen his work before, but it seems really generic and just nothing special about it. It's just kind of like, this looks kind of okay. Not great, not bad, just okay. Production quality, it's 7 Seas Entertainment. They do a decent job with it. In between each chapter, you do get some explanations on what the sea memories are, because they explain what the inserts are. Like one character has one called Surprise, which means at the end of the game or the end of the Isekai, when they fight the evil bad guy, he's able to be the exact opposite of the bad guy, so all of his powers hurt the guy immediately. And another one has Parasite, which collects all of the power the other person has and steals it. So, yeah. This Isekai is garbage. It really is. The art style, like I said, is mediocre. Like, the best sequence is in the beginning, so you have to have them Isekai, right? Now, you would think, oh, maybe they summon a gate. Maybe they create a device that will send them to the Isekai world, right? No. Literally in the beginning of the tournament, after they're introduced and everything is set to go, and they do their smack talking, they both stand in their circles, and in front of them are two truck coons, and the truck coons run them over. And one of them is driven by the father of the childhood friend, and the other one is remote controlled by some random person that we don't even see. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? This is a fucking manga? Really? I can't even be like, yeah, this is going to be amazing. There's no. Just no. Keiso, you should feel bad. You did a bad thing. This is not oh, it's good. No, this is a bad manga. This is a really, really bad manga. This is just... So, there's very few of them that I'm this venomously angry about. It's not like Reborn as a mercenary, space mercenary, where that made me upset, but there were redeeming qualities. There was like one or two redeeming elements. This has nothing of redeeming quality. I have no interest in the main characters, because honestly, they're not even the main characters. The main characters are Saki, Rudo, and Rei, the ones who are talking about this. It's like they're watching a TV show and we're listening to them commentate on the TV show, and then when it shows the sequences with the TV show, you're like, there are no stakes. I don't give a shit about this. I really don't. It just... What the fuck? I know that I should be like, yeah, this is good. I'm going to be all nice and awesome with this. But no. Just no. No. I'm going to give this... If you've never heard of this podcast before, we have several ratings using phrases, not words. Pretty much my rating for Exo-Drive is take it to a priest, purify it, burn it. And then afterwards, piss on the ashes. This is garbage. I might give this away at Otakon just because, but I don't think I should, because I would feel like that would be irresponsible to spread this manga to anybody. I really don't. I personally, if I couldn't find the receipt, you know what? Yeah. So if you've read this piece of shit and you think it's actually redeemable, please enlighten me why you think it's a good series. Honestly, why? What the Yeah, just email me, zan@spiraken.com, tweet me at Spiraken, send a message to me on Instagram of why this manga exists and what redeeming factors are in it. I can find none. None. And there are so many other isekais that have so much more substance. Why was this made? Yeah. So after a couple of minutes and taking a breather, I did pause there. You probably didn't hear it, but I paused to take a few moments and to relax a little bit. Let's actually get to the next part of this podcast, which is the manga releases of the week. And these are what were released on July 13th, 2022. We have 37 new titles that came out this week, and I've got to admit, a lot of these have me a lot more excited than this week's. So first off, we've got It's a Little Hard to Be a Villainess of an Otome Game in Modern Society, the light novel, Volume 2. Berserk of Gluttony, Volume 6, Box of Light, the manga, Correspondence from the End of the Universe, Volume 3, Devil's Candy, Volume 2, Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatori, Volume 11, Dragon Quest, The Adventures of Dai, Volume 3, Fairy Tale, 100-Year Quest, Volume 10, Fire in His Fingertips, A Flirty Fireman Ravishes Me with His Smoldering Gaze, Volume 4, Fly Me to the Moon, Volume 12, I don't really get it, but it looks like I was reincarnated in another world, Volume 2. Into the Deepest, Most Unknown Dungeon, Volume 4. Kaiju Number 8, Volume 3. Karate Survivor to Another World, Volume 4, Living Room Matsunaga-san, Volume 11. We just talked about that last episode, so Volume 11's out. Mao, Volume 6, Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation, the light novel, Volume 17, My Isekai Life, Volume 2, My Senpai is Annoying, Volume 8, Pokemon Journeys, Volume 3, Reincarnated as a Dragon Hatchling, Volume 4, Reincarnation as a Sword, Volume 9, Something's Wrong With Us, Volume 9, Soul Eater, The Perfect Edition, Volume 7, The 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You, Volume 3, The Apothecary Diaries, Volume 5, which that one I've been waiting for because that series is so fun and just I enjoy it so much. The Art of the Tale of the Princess Kaguya, The Country Without Humans, Volume 3, The Great Jahi Will Not Be Defeated, Volume 3, The Scum Villainous' Self-Saving System, Renja Fangpei Shincho, Volume 3, the novel, The Seven Deadly Sins, Four Nights of the Apocalypse, Volume 4, The Tale of the Princess Kaguya picture book, This Is Screwed Up, But I Was Reincarnated as a Girl in Another World, Volume 2, To the Abandoned Sacred Beast, Volume 13, Wait for Me Yesterday in Spring, the light novel, and then finally Yuri Is My Job, Volume 9. So which of these are you most excited for? For me, I'm excited for To the Abandoned Beast, Tale of the Princess Kaguya, The Great Jahi Will Not Be Defeated, Country Without Humans, Apothecary Diaries, The 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You, Something's Wrong With Us, My Isekai Life Surprisingly, Living Room Matsunaga-san, and then Fly Me to the Moon. What about you? What are you most interested in? Let me know, zanspiraken.com, or tweet me at Spiraken. So, despite the subject of this episode being so enraging, I love doing this podcast, and I appreciate each and every one of you who are listening. Thank you so much for keeping me going all these years, and I'm going to keep going as long as I can. Every email I get, every review, it just gives me more motivation to keep going on. I'm going to keep reviewing until I'm an old man who has to read it with thick glasses and large print manga. So thank you so much. To my Patreon listeners, what's up? Hope you're doing well. And I'm actually going to be doing a live stream soon where I'm going to be playing Super Robot Wars Tyson. I'll send you the link coming up. But I think that's it for this episode. No, actually, it's that part we've all been waiting for, so let's actually get to it. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about that one, that only, the Wheel of Manga! Yes, friends, the Wheel of Manga, except no substitute. Now, what is the Wheel of Manga? The Wheel of Manga is a Wheel of Fortune with 10 slots on it. And what I've done is I've assigned a manga title to each of the 10 slots. So we're going to spin that Wheel of Manga. Whatever number it lands on, the manga that's in that numbered slot is the one I review in the next episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, episode 479. That is 21 away from episode 21 away from episode 500, and I am excited to see what we're going to review. So let's spin and see what we're going to get, shall we? Number 10. So, in the next episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, I'm reviewing Love of Kill. I actually haven't expected to get that one. It's been kind of crazy, but I digress. So, next episode, reviewing Love of Kill. So, anyway, with that in mind, thank you so much for listening. Remember to like, share, subscribe. As usual, I'm your host, Zan. I'm Gonzville. I'll catch you guys next time, and keep reading manga. I'll see you later.